Hello, friends. Welcome to our alphabet lessons for today. Over the next 9 classes, we are going to work on looking at our letters and see if we can recognize them and working on their sounds. But to make it fun, I decided to bring along some of our Disney characters. After we meet our Disney characters each day and say hello to them, we are going to play a game where we match sounds, the same beginning sounds, to those characters' beginning sounds in their names. And then we will finish up by doing some handwriting, where we will focus on letter formation. This is our first character. We've got Alice. A says ah, just like in Alice. B says B, just like in Buzz Lightyear. C says K, just like in Captain Hook. D says D, just like Dory. E says just like in Elsa. F says F, just like in Fozzie Bear. G says G, just like in Gonzo. H says just like in Hey Hey. I says just like in Incredible. J says J, just like in Joy. K says K, just like in Kermit. L says just like in Lilo. M says just like in Merida. N says just like in Nemo. O says ah, just like in Oliver. P says p, just like in Pumbaa. Q says qu, just like in Queen of Hearts. R says just like in Rapunzel. S says s, just like in Sully. T says t, just like in Tiana. U says just like in Uncle Max. V says just like in Violet. W says just like in Woody. X says X, just like in X-ray. Y says just like in Yeti. Z says just like in Zazu. Good job saying all of those letters and sounds with me. So now we're going to find out who our characters are going to be for today. Our characters today are going to be Buzz, B, Alice, A, Captain Hook, K. So we'll be focusing on B, A, K today. So what we're going to do today, we are going to take all of these pictures here and here, and we're going to match them with their character that begins with the same sound. So first we have an apple. This apple starts with what sound? What sound do you hear first in apple? Yes, apple, just like in, yes, Alice. So we're going to put our apple here with Alice. All right. Next we have bird. Bird begins with what sound? Yes, b. B. Bird also goes with which character? Yes, buzz. B. Bird and buzz. Next we have ant. What sound do you hear at the beginning of ant? Ah. So ant goes with which character? Yes, Alice. Alice, ant. All right. Next we have cut. Listen to that. Cut. What is the first sound that you hear in cut? Yes, k. Cut is going to go with which character? Yes, Captain Hook. Cut and Captain Hook begin with the k sound. All right, next we have bolt. Bolt goes with or begins with what sound? Yes, bolt begins with b. Bolt goes with which character? Yes, buzz. Bolt, buzz, because they both begin with the sound b. Good job. Next we have car. Car begins with what sound? Yes, k. Which character begins with the k sound? Captain Hook. So car is going to go with Captain Hook. Car, Captain Hook. Next we have app. What sound does app begin with? Yes, app begins with ah, just like which character? Which character begins with the ah sound? Alice. So app, Alice. Okay. Next we have can. What sound does can begin with? Can begins with k. Good job. If we have k for can, which character begins with the k sound? Yes, Captain Hook begins with the k sound. Next we have bite. What sound does bite begin with? Yes, bite begins with b. Which character begins with b? Yes, buzz and bite go together because they both begin with b. Next we have cold. What sound does cold begin with? Yes, cold begins with k. What character begins with the k sound? Yes, Captain Hook. Captain Hook and cold go together. Our next word is ask. Ask begins with what sound? Yes, ah. And which character begins with the ah sound? Yes, Alice. Ask Alice. They both begin with ah. All right, our last word is best. Best begins with what sound? Yes, best begins with the b sound. Good job. So now tell me, which character begins with the b sound? Yes, buzz. Best goes with buzz. All right. So we have buzz goes with bird bite, best, bolt. They all begin with the B sound. Alice goes with apple, app, ask, ant. They all begin with the A sound. Captain Hook goes with cut, can, cold, car. They all begin with the K sound. Very good job, friends. Now we are going to work on our handwriting. So I'm going to show you a template that I like to use, or a piece of paper. This is the paper I like to use. Sky, fence, ground, dirt. The sky is your top line. Your fence is your middle line. Your grass is your bottom. And your dirt is here at the very bottom under your bottom line. Here in the sky is where we're going to have all of our tall letters and our uppercase letters, our capital letters. Down here in the grass is typically where we're going to have the bottom part of our uppercase letters. We're usually going to have most of our lowercase letters here. And then here in the dirt is where I call it the tail. Some letters have tails, and the tails are going to go down into the dirt. So this is sky, fence, grass, dirt. The first letter that we are going to do today is the letter A. Now, if you look at the letter A here, you'll notice that we start here at the sky at the top, and we go down first here, then we go down again, and then we're going to go across. But to help you, I'm going to use a little rhyme. So we are going to slide down left, slide down right, cross in the middle. Good night. Now I want you guys to try. Slide down left, slide down right, cross in the middle. Good night. All right, I'm going to show you one more time. Slide down left, slide down right, cross in the middle. Good night. Now you try one more time. Slide down left, slide down right, cross in the middle. Good night. Now we're going to move to our lowercase a. And if you notice, we're going to kind of start here close to the fence. So you're going to come around in a circle, and then you're going to make a line down on the side here. I have another rhyme for you for this lowercase a. So we're going to start at the fence, circle around, make a short line down to the ground. Now you try. Start at the fence, circle around, make a short line down to the ground. Good. My turn again. Start at the fence, circle around, make a short line straight to the ground. Now you guys try. Start at the fence, circle around, make a straight line down to the ground. Good job. All right, now we have the letter B. As you notice, we're going to start on the side here. Our first side, you're going to start here, and then you're going to go back up to the top and make your bumps around. But if you notice, each bump is going to be, one bump is going to be in the sky, one bump is going to be in the ground. So our rhyme for this: take off high, zoom straight down. To the top you jump, then bump, bump. Now you try. Take off high and zoom straight down. To the top you jump, then bump, bump. Good job. Now let me try again. Take off high and zoom straight down. To the top you jump, then bump, bump. You try one more time. Take off high and zoom straight down. To the top you jump, then bump, bump. Good job. Now let's look at our lowercase b. Same as our uppercase b, we're going to start here and we're going to make our straight line down from the sky to the ground. Then we're going to make our circle, okay? So our rhyme that we're going to use to go with this. Take off high, zoom straight down. To the fence you jump and make a bump to the right. Now you try. Take off high, zoom straight down. To the fence you jump, then bump to the right. Now my turn. Take off high, zoom straight down. To the fence you jump and bump to the right. Now your turn. Take off high, zoom straight down. To the fence you jump and bump to the right. Good job. Now let's do our uppercase C. If you notice, our uppercase C is just one motion. We're going to start and just curve around, but we're not going to go all the way around because we don't want to make a full circle. All right. Near the top of the sky, leap left, don't cry. Curl back around, touch down to the ground. Almost an O, but just don't close. Now you've made a capital C. Now you try. Near the top of the sky, leap left, don't cry. Curl back around, touch down on the ground. Almost an O, but just don't close. Now you've made a capital C. My turn again. Near the top of the sky, leap left, don't cry. Curl back around to the ground. Almost an O, but just don't close. Now you've made a capital C. Now we have our lowercase c. Lowercase c is the same as our uppercase c, but just smaller. Our uppercase c goes to the sky. Our lowercase c only stays in the fence. Okay, so near the top of the fence, leap left, leap up to the left, curl back around, touch down to the ground. Almost an O, but just don't close. Now you've made a lowercase c. All right, now let me see you try. Near the top of the fence, leap up to the left, curl back around, touch down to the ground. Almost an O, but just don't close. Now you've made a lowercase c. My turn again. Near the top of the fence, leap to the left, curl back around and down to the ground. Almost an O, but just don't close. Now you've made a lowercase c. All right, friends, that is all that we have for today. Thanks so much for coming to play, and I will see you in our next lesson. Bye!